Welcome back to From the Source podcast. This is episode 24, and today we're going to be discussing nutrition and diet for overall health. Whether we're in the gym or we're training sport-wise, we're going to be talking about kind of what we eat and also probably what we don't eat, meal timings, things like that. So if we start on, let's go, what don't you eat? Like, we go gym, we train, we run, but we also enjoy like our lives as well. So the diet's not perfect.
No.
But is there anything where you're like, no, I don't really eat that, I don't touch that, or I try not to?
Nuts.
Oh yeah.
Nuts because it'll kill me.
Sam's allergic to nuts, so that's a given. Nuts.
Yeah, so I can eat peanuts, but everything else, no, I can't eat that. And that's a shame because you get all the good fats from nuts and stuff. Everyone
fats,
always
yeah.
goes on about it, like, oh, have tree nuts, pine nuts, whatever, and I just can't eat them, which is a shame.
And they can add a bit of like flavour to your food, a bit of crunch.
Yeah, you put them on a salad and stuff. It's probably quite nice.
And it's quite awkward because you go for a meal, you've got to pick out things that don't contain nuts, and sometimes it's like may contain nuts. You've got to adapt to that. That's quite difficult.
Sometimes just take a risk, don't you?
Yeah.
But you kind of know what you can and can't eat, so you just avoid all the mainly nutty foods. What don't I eat?
Or what do you try not to eat a lot of? I know we've discussed a couple of times about.
Yeah, I mean, I don't eat a lot of it, but I do like chocolate. Probably Easter, Christmas is probably a bad one, probably for everyone. There's just chocolate everywhere. But I try my best not to eat that much chocolate. I would rather, whichever way you look at it, I'd rather eat the entire bar and get rid of the craving and then just move on, rather than, I feel like if I just nibble away at a bar for the week, I'll end up by the weekend, I'll just have another one, because your brain's had this constant stimulus of sugar all week.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
So that's what, like, I used to do it when I was younger with like a Mackey's or something. I'd be like, I want a Mackey's, right, just buy one, eat it, hate yourself for eating it, feel like shit. Now I don't want one now.
Yeah.
And that's what I did.
Do you know them times where you overindulge and you actually feel a bit sick?
Yeah.
Or you just feel really shit? And it reminds you, like, that's why you don't want to eat this. So, for example, the chocolate bar, whenever I've eaten, like, overeaten chocolate, and I'm talking like maybe you've had a full big dairy milk bar or something, and you just feel like pure shit after it, in my head I'm like, oh, I'm not doing that again. I feel like absolute crap. But then maybe a month later, your brain makes you forget and you go back into it, and then you start feeling like that again. And it's weird that food makes you feel a certain way, but then you kind of forget.
Yeah, but you're not doing it all the time, are you? There's people that are eating bars and like full fat Cokes every day and just, they're not bothered.
Yeah. Do you think they do it so much that they feel like shit, but they don't know they feel like shit?
Yeah.
Do you think that's normal?
Yeah, a bit like a Labrador, to be fair. They just eat and eat and eat.
Yeah, and don't stop.
Don't realise what they're eating. But yeah, I probably get 3/4 away through a big dairy milk bar and think, there's no point stopping now. But then I definitely, when I finish it, feel like crap. Or I'll go for a Chinese. I mean, I can't remember the last time I had a Chinese now. It must be like months and months ago now. And that night, I just ate so much of it. And I walked out and I was like, I feel like shite. Like bloody oil sitting in your stomach up here. And I was just like, nah.
That's mine.
I've not been back.
That's what I was going to say. Takeaways, but greasy kind of over, like, highly processed stuff, like a Chinese takeaway. It makes you feel grim. And you don't realise it until after you've eaten, and I get it really bad now. Like, my stomach just feels like it like hurts, and I feel like my body's not going to digest this horrible, like, processed food. Do you know what I mean? So when I do eat stuff like that, I kind of remember, like, oh, you shouldn't be eating like Chinese horrible takeaways because this is how it makes you feel. But then now, like, I really do try not to have stuff like that, because I want to eat stuff that makes me feel good.
Yeah, it's on the odd occasion, isn't it? Probably usually when someone's celebrating something, or you just that one day you can't be arsed cooking. But we don't. I mean, I definitely don't eat it a lot. It kills my stomach off because the next day wake up and I feel guilty for eating it. So obviously, like maybe go on a run or go to the gym, and you you've got like no energy, even though you've eaten probably a shitload of carbs in like all the noodles and stuff. But because it's lathered in like oil and shite, you just got nothing in the tank,
Yeah.
and you can't. My skin feels greasy. Just painful stomach. Like it's
Yeah, I
awful.
noticed that when I go to the gym, depending on what I've eaten in the hours leading up to the gym session, I can go in with loads of energy and feel really good and feel really fresh, down to food, down to what I've eaten, or feel like rubbish and it's all down to what I've eaten or when I've eaten it. But I think, yeah, like the carbs thing, like eat carbs for energy, is like you can, but make them good.
Yeah,
Because if you go and eat, like I could have a hula hoop sandwich, or, and it's going to make me feel like rubbish. I'm not going to be able to get any good kind of workout from that. But then if I had, I don't know, like I don't know, like just something that is a little bit more substantial,
see,
some
I want to.
sourdough,
Mm,
honey, avocado sourdough or something like that.
I went on a run before, and I had like cooked chicken breasts, um, like just like a really basic shitty salad in terms of like just lettuce, tomatoes, red onion, some cucumber, just basic stuff. And then had like I think I can't remember how many grams it was, but like vegetable couscous, and felt absolute quality when I
Yeah,
was running
that sounds good.
because it was actual like we could have eaten the same in carbs, but you could have eaten it in hula hoop sandwiches. I guarantee you'd have felt like absolute shit. You probably still would have done the run with us, but you wouldn't have felt good at all.
No. And you notice that I think when you have a good training day and you think about what you've eaten, and then a bad training day and you think about what you've eaten, 9 times out of 10 it's pretty much down to your diet.
Yeah.
It can be other things like other factors like sleep or hydration or something, but food is so important for energy sources, but also for like how your body feels during a workout. Um,
See, I've had, like eat tuna pasta and stuff. I love that, and that's all right food. But then I've been rushing one time or a few times after work, and like the meal deals, you can get like the tuna pasta pots.
yeah,
Honestly, I don't eat them anymore because yeah, you're getting carbs and yeah, you're getting like tomatoes, and if you want to call them tomatoes and stuff, but it gives you like a vinegary aftertaste. And I've gone to the gym and they're just constantly burping,
yeah,
like acid
like
reflux type.
acid.
Yeah, and I just think, oh, this is horrible.
I think that's an interesting topic that because I've got quite a few books now on like nutrition and stuff, and I speak to a lot of people about like what foods they eat and what oils they use, and so many people in the world think that vegetable oil is healthy. Do you know like
Because it says because it's got
yeah,
vegetable in it.
do you know like the horrible yellowy plastic bottle vegetable oil or sunflower oil or rapeseed oil or whatever it is,
And it comes in like shitty plastic bottle that
a
basically just
squeezy
crumples.
yeah,
Yeah.
that they and I used to probably think that was what you use to cook. That's what's healthy. It's called vegetable oil, but it's not. It's not like made from vegetables. It's made from soy or I don't know. I mean, if you look how sunflower oil or vegetable oil is made, like it's disgusting.
Mm.
It's like toxic. It's burnt. Like it's bubbling. It's all this smoke's coming out of it, and then they package it up in these bottles, and then we all like cook with it.
Because it looks the same as like olive oil and stuff
Yeah,
physically. Um, yeah, it's just shite.
and that's what I think a lot of our meal deal foods, Subway foods, Greg's, or whatever whatever your quick go-to meals are. That's what they're all cooked in.
But
So
don't
when
even
you
get me
then
started on Subway.
when you go and grab like a meal deal or even a Subway salad, right? You go and grab a Subway salad, that's not meat.
There's people I speak to about this, right? Uh, Last place I used to work, and they would all of them race down at lunchtime for a Subway salad. And it'd be like, have you seen how big they are?
Yeah, they're
They're
massive.
absolutely huge. And I think you don't need that much food. And she's like, oh, I've got like a chicken and bacon salad or something. And I'm like, have you looked at that bacon?
It's not bacon, that is it?
Like, it has got a white stripe and like a pinky stripe. Yes, it looks like a frazzle, but that is not bacon, and that's definitely not chicken.
It looks like cartoon bacon.
It looks fucking horrendous. Covered in sauce. Like, the salad looks like dead.
Yeah.
There's nothing nutritious
Well,
about
do you
it.
know the salad, from Subway, and I'm probably like 90% accurate on this. It's not, their slogan is eat fresh, yeah? Yet, you go to Subway, and it's like, it's been in the freezer for like months.
Mm.
You're eating a piece of like cucumber that's been in the freezer for like 3 months. Then Barbara's got it out, who's been scratching her hair and that, and then she puts it on your sandwich. But like, none of that is fresh fruit and veg.
No,
It's-
I've seen them pour the chicken, like shredded chicken as they call it, out of these massive, like, look like potato bag type size, but in like blue bags into the tray. And I was just like, that is not chicken. That looks like coloured cardboard.
It's not. It's
awful.
not ideal, and I think that's the world we live in now. So many of these big companies or food places can advertise health, advertise fresh, but in the reality, like, you can't really trust much. I mean, so when I'm working and I'm like going to and from like my job, and let's say I've not had time to cook, or I've not had time to like make something healthy-ish. So I might go and have a look what I can get in like a Tesco. It's so hard to pick something healthy in our quick shops. Like, it's so hard to get something that's ready-made that you can eat now because you're in a rush. Like, the meal deals, there's nothing in there that's all right. Look at the ingredients in it. It's like, it's a chicken Caesar wrap, but it's like got, I don't even know what's in it.
Probably the one thing I used to do at work was literally go to like the hot food counter, get a full chicken, which I know is an actual chicken, and then just get a loaf of like sourdough bread.
Yeah, that's good.
It's a dry ass meal, but it's real bread and
Yeah.
real chicken.
Yeah, that's better than
And that's it.
That's way better than.
Rather than, I used to stand at, do you know, there's like the chicken packet aisle. There's like slices of, do you remember those like wafer thin?
You still have them now.
Yeah. So when I was a kid, I used to eat them because, like, obviously kids, you can eat anything. Now, like, yeah, wouldn't even give it a dog.
Yeah. It's that's what I mean. So like, let's say it's a ham and cheese sandwich. Let's say we all know what ham and cheese sandwich is, but the ham and the cheese that people use and have in the fridge, most people in the world, that's not normal food. Ham and cheese, but you look at the cheese, it's like rubber.
Mm.
And if you ever get like a proper cheese, like, it's never like rubber. And then the ham is like that wafer thin, wet ham. Why is it wet?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because if you got a ham joint and slow cooked it, it comes out like succulent and it's like dryish, isn't it? It's still moist, but it's
Yeah.
dry. It's not like if you put a wafer bit of ham on your kitchen floor, you'd actually slip on it because it's so wet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. It's like a banana skin.
I don't know why it's like that.
And the fact you could throw it at the window and it would just stick perfectly. Like
Yeah, it's like them toys you used to get, but it's ham.
yeah, like that jelly stuff or like those men you could just throw at the window.
It's interesting though, because I think maybe, let's say someone was listening to this, but they do have that ham and they do have that cheese, and they're like, what are you talking about? It's just ham, it's just cheese. I think you need to get real food, like we talked about, real bread, yeah? So sourdough, fresh made sourdough, and so it sounds fancy, like it's just bread, but it's bread with like 3 or 4 ingredients in it, that's it. You go and buy like a Warburton's white bread, like, that's not the same that's been freshly made. I don't know. It's got a long shelf life. It doesn't really go moldy for like weeks, and when you taste it, it just tastes like, I don't know. I've not had bread for ages.
You can obviously getting away for ham is a lot more convenient, isn't it? You can just get 20 slices out. But if you actually slow cooked like a ham joint, it'll still last you the same amount of time. And even if it is starting to go a bit harder, you could then put it in like, I don't know, like a pea and ham soup or something.
Yeah, but it's proper food.
Yeah, it's an actual pea and it's actual like chunks of nice ham. And I guarantee you'll be able to tell the difference.
There's a lot of people online now that are talking about food and nutrition and ingredients, and like you've got Eddie Abu and he's like just eat eggs and eat raw meat and stuff like that, which goes too far because like most people aren't going to do that. But what these people do say is read the ingredients, and if you've got an ingredients list, that's a sign that it's ultra processed in itself because it's got to have an ingredients list. But then when you read it, if there's something on there that you don't actually know what that is, why would you eat that? If I gave you now a little shot, like a little drinking shot, and I said, have that, and you were like, what's in it? And I said something and you'd never heard of it, and would you drink it? Like, you don't even know what it is. It's like if I said, I'm going to make a word up now. If it's polythymic acid,
Yeah.
and you went, oh, is it bad for me? And I went, I don't know. You wouldn't drink it, but then we do it with a bloody Southern Fried Chicken wrap in Tesco.
Yeah, because to the manufacturers, it makes it last longer, doesn't it?
And that's the thing now. We live in a world where everything's got to last ages. Everything's got to have a long sell by date.
But then we also go a lot on about like how much food waste there is, and how other parts of the world are starving, and we've got too much food. It's like, well, you're making a meal deal that can last 10 days on a shelf.
Yeah.
Like, and if no one buys it, you just throw it out anyway. So it's just counterproductive, really.
Do you know what I'm always gobsmacked by? Every single time I drive past any McDonald's, there's a queue in the drive-thru. But, like, I don't know what your opinion is on McDonald's. It's just crap.
Yeah. I mean, I had it not often as a kid. I occasionally have it. I can't remember last time I actually had it, but I would occasionally have it if I've been away and it's like a long drive, and
Yeah, you always
looking on the service station and like there's nothing, and then it's like, oh my. I think out of all the fast food ones, Mackey's is the only one I actually go to. I don't like Burger King because it's full of oil. Subway we've already spoken about. What else is there? KFC. The chicken just looks rank.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't fly with me. Because it's probably not chicken, does it? What else is there?
Then you got the likes of like Pizza Hut and
Yeah, pizza.
I mean, you don't go there when you're past the age of 5, really, do you?
No. I remember going there for the buffet. But yeah, so Mackey's probably is just the easiest one. Just to put chicken burger and chips.
Yeah, the thing about Mackey's is like, obviously, it's bad, as in, it's not real food, but it's always the same. It's always pretty good, and it does the job. But then in like 1 hour, you're hungry again.
Yeah.
Because you've eaten this like empty calories. The bread's not, it's just sugary bread, and the meat's like that thin. So yeah, you've had a burger, but you've had like one,
Yeah.
gram of
I
beef.
agree. It's quenched the appetite, and it's meant I've got home and I'm not hungry.
And it's cheap.
But then I do sometimes think like, could you not have just waited an hour?
Yeah, but I think that all the
If I'd
time.
not have seen that McDonald's Arches thing on that sign, I probably wouldn't have gone.
Yeah,
But it's
good
the fact that I've
marketing.
seen it.
And you know what it tastes like when you see a McDonald's sign and you think, am I hungry? Do I want it? You know what it tastes like, and that's what kind of they've smashed in the world. Like they've marketed it so well, and it does taste good, but nothing about a McDonald's is real food. I don't think the cheese is like a plastic cheese. The bread's like a sugar bread. So of course it tastes good because your taste buds are like, it's sugar. It's what you need.
But it's
salt.
because you're craving it though. Like you need something to like fix the craving. As soon as you eat it, McDonald's just sorts that craving out. They win. They get your money. You feel like shit.
Do you ever get that when you have fruit or even veg, but I always get it with fruit when I've not had a certain fruit for a while, like let's say a kiwi, and I'll have it and I'll be like, wow, I absolutely forgot what kiwi was like, and then I'll think in my head, I'm going to start having kiwis all the time, but then I'll probably drop off, and then I'll have another, like I'll have grapes. I've not had grapes for ages, and all of a sudden I'll have grapes and be like, grapes are
Do you know
unreal.
what? Like a purple, pink grape, whatever you want to
Yeah.
call it, cold, and you put it in your mouth and it like pops. Oh,
It's unreal, isn't it?
I love, like, I've not had it in ages actually. You just made me think about it. But like, just Greek yogurt, honey, and then just chuck loads of grapes in it.
Yeah,
And
quality.
then just like, you eat it and it just like pops in your mouth and you just think, oh,
It's
well,
unreal.
man.
There's so many fruits that are nice. Like when was the last time you had a plum?
Plum.
Because the last time I had a plum, I was probably about 8.
Oh no, I probably had it last year.
Really?
Yeah, plum peach. It's like a donut peach. You get so you like you hold like over the top, so you can hold the stone in the middle
Yeah.
and just chew your way around. Like juice is just going
You
everywhere.
have to eat it like.
Yeah, I have to eat it over the sink
Yeah.
or outside or something.
Same with melon.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
a melon.
Yeah,
Not
just
watermelon, but like
a honeydew.
a honeydew melon
Yeah.
or something. You eat that and it's just dripping
Yeah.
down, but it's so good.
Oh, it's so nice.
So then that's an interesting one because you've got fruit sugar, like fructose or whatever it is. And then you've got the sugar that we have in chocolate, for example. And there's still sugar, but one's like a natural sugar that's come from, you know, the earth and it's fruit. It's got loads of vitamins in it. And then the other one's like added sugar. And it's interesting that in it that they both contain sugar, but kind of different forms, I guess.
And I think, I mean, I don't know how many it would take, but like, say I could eat a decent amount of fruit and it would fill me up just the same as eating a full bar of chocolate.
Yeah.
But I'd feel better. I could probably exercise not
feel
long
amazing after fruit.
Yeah. Just,
And it's interesting, whenever you eat a chocolate bar, like a full chocolate bar, what are you doing? Like, as in, where are you and what you're doing? I bet you're on the sofa, laying down watching TV.
Yeah, you're never walking down the street with a full bar of dairy milk. Like it's always like on a Friday night cheat night or a movie night or let's just stay in night.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
But then you have a bowl of Greek yogurt and some grapes and some honey. I bet you sat at a table or you sat kind of,
yeah,
like
usually
you're
having
about to go
breakfast,
somewhere. Yeah.
See, I would have like Greek yogurt and fruit as a snack or for breakfast. I won't come down, have a coffee, and then just gnaw on a bar of chocolate. Like, you just don't do it.
No.
It's something that it's just the chocolate is helping you craving at some point throughout the day.
Yeah, it's normally when you're crashing and your body's saying or your mind's saying, we need to pick me up. We know that sugar is going to give you like happiness and it's going to also help you with this energy crash. But then you kind of, you have the chocolate bar and you're like buzzing and then you just crash again, even worse. Whereas fruit or protein or, you know, good sources of food pick you up, but you kind of just level out, like you kind of stay up.
I used to have like, I still do it now, of like a dairy milk bar, a crunchy bar, and a fizzy bottle of orange Lucozade after a tattoo, because my body like
I bet
lost
you've had a lot of them.
you've lost so much blood, and like you just need something. Like I just feel like I just need some sugar or something to just get back in, and I feel class. But like you said, that you can either as you're dropping off, you can just be like, oh, just have some more chocolate, keep yourself up.
Yeah.
But then I just, you know, you get home and you're just like, oh, I'm fucked.
That's it. I think maybe there's a biological like theory of the mind and why we do this, but we associate like unhealthy foods with chilling out and resting and just being lazy, and then we associate like fruit and veg with being healthy and active. And isn't it weird, like they're both food, but one you want to eat on the couch doing nothing and watching Netflix, and the other one you want to kind of like, how nice would it be like going on a walk and just eating an apple,
you know, on top of a mountain.
yeah. Like you never see someone walking up a mountain and they've got like a full bag of popcorn or, you know, nachos or a big pizza. You see them like healthy foods, nuts. But it's interesting that when it gets to the end of the day, like we all reach for the chocolate bar or the cakes or the donuts or something.
And that's what annoys me sometimes is that like you've done all that hard work for like 3 or 4 meals throughout the day, and then you get to like say 7, 8 o'clock, and instead of just saying to yourself, right, there's no need. I've got everything wanted to eat in today, and then you just go, oh, I'll just have a bar of chocolate just before bed, and you ruin it in that last hour.
Yeah, I do it with biscuits.
Yeah, I do like, I like the like oaty type biscuits with like chocolate on top.
Yeah,
That's it.
Real.
Like, yeah,
I could smash
yeah,
them.
I could smash
Easy.
the whole packet.
Yeah,
But it's just because I'm a greedy bastard. Like
Yeah.
I have to tell myself when to stop eating because I could just eat and eat
you're
and
right.
eat
Good.
all the
like
time.
a packet of digestives, like chocolate digestives or something.
Cold.
Oh.
And you get them out and you snap it in half, and you can just like see the crack down the
Yeah.
middle, and the chocolate, and I just think, shit.
But then, like, I'll eat them, and you can have like 5 or 6 or 7 of them, and you just feel like the same.
Mm.
But then when you get towards like the end of the packet, or you go a bit too far, you start to have this realization, like, I'm a fucking fat bastard.
Yeah, yeah.
And it just hits you.
I normally stop when you get them out and the first few are really cold, and then when they start to warm up a bit and the chocolate starts to go a bit like melty on your fingers,
Yeah,
that's my cue to like.
Yeah.
So if I can eat them all,
My cue
before.
normally is I've got crumbs all over me, and I can't physically move because they're gonna go all over the sofa. So I have to like scoop my top up and then go and put it over the bin.
you've eaten a lot.
And then you realise, like, fuck, I should have got like grapes,
Yeah,
because then you'll have a grape and you'll be like, they're unreal.
yeah.
They're just as good.
And you can eat the whole thing
Yeah,
and feel just the same.
it is. I don't know if it's like something about the sugar that makes us reach for that, or if it's lack of willpower, or if it's more like good marketing, like treat yourself for the chocolate biscuit, treat yourself, go on, have that.
Yeah.
And then we never go, treat yourself, have a lovely packet of grapes.
Yeah, because you don't want that, do you?
But then
Like, you
have
feel like
them,
you don't want it.
Yeah.
See, I love party rings,
Oh,
Right.
nah, not for me then.
right? But I only love party rings. Well, I like them because obviously you get like 5,
Yeah.
and there's like a stack of 4 in each one. But I eat them, and for some reason it just reminds me of like my childhood or something.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So I eat them. I put my finger
Nostalgic.
through all 4, and then I'm just like eat them all the way down. And I get to the last one, I think, shit,
Yeah.
I've eaten all of them. But I like party rings for that.
It is interesting, I think. Do you know what? I tell you what, we've talked about this before when we've said you could live in 80-20.
Mhm.
And I bet through the week we eat 80% very well. 80% kind of raw, healthy foods, not really processed oils, not processed carbs. But then that 20%, when it's like a Thursday or a Friday or a Saturday night, and you've got no plans, there's a packet of digestives in the fridge, you're like, yeah, I'll have them.
Mhm.
And yeah, on Sunday I'll go out for breakfast and I might have like pancakes, or I might have like a French toast, or I might have a cake from the cafe or something. But I've eaten like 80% pretty well, and I may as well just enjoy the stuff I do like.
But then you think about how many calories you burn, on like a workout, maybe like 500-600, or then like a run, probably, I don't know, 1,000 at least. So then I just think if I do that 5-6 times over the week, me having a full packet of bloody chocolate digestive isn't really going to break the bank.
No.
I'm not saying to you, oh, I only exercise once and I'm eating digestive 6 times a week.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think social media will tell you, like, that Eddie will tell you don't eat processed food all the time. I'm under no illusion that he snacks on some shit off camera.
Oh, yeah.
Your body just tells you, like, sometimes you just need some sugar, and your brain will look at it and go, you don't want grapes, mate. Just have a bar of chocolate. So
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
I completely agree.
Because you look at bodybuilders, what are the ones that compete, like, like are they the ones that pose and stuff? Which ones are they?
Yeah, like the
bodybuilders,
bodybuilders, yeah.
Right, you look at them, they've been on a diet for like 8-10 weeks, starved themselves, they look sick on stage. I don't know how many videos I've watched of like people and they get back in the car and they just demolish 12 Krispy Kreme donuts.
Yeah, I've seen them.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
your body's, you've starved yourself of that. There's something that your body wants for so long, practically tortured yourself, and then you just stuff it in, and then just like, right, I'm done now.
Yeah, I've seen it. I think because your body just really needs that sugar, or you just, I don't know, like you enjoy it.
It's a reward, I think, sometimes.
Yeah. I think there's this like weird thing where it's a reward and you enjoy it, but then after it, you also recognize that it wasn't as good as I thought, or like,
Yeah.
do you ever have like a pizza or something and you're like not a pizza in a nice restaurant, like a takeaway pizza or something, and you'll get it, and the thought of it's been amazing, and then you're eating it, and it's like it's all right, it's really good, and then after it, you're like,
Yeah.
I would have preferred like a nice chicken,
Yeah.
with sweet potato wedges or
But
something.
I couldn't be arsed cooking that.
Yeah,
And that's why you get the pizza, because it's just convenient.
yeah, that's true.
You've sat in your arse for 40 minutes waiting for it to be delivered and eating it and got halfway through it and gone, didn't really want that. I wish I just cooked for 15 minutes.
Yeah,
Sometimes it's just
convenience.
convenient. Yeah. But I think, people say, even for like us, maybe they might give us a hard time in terms of, oh, they're training for high rocks, training for a run, or look at them, all their tops off and stuff, like training in the gym. Oh, look, and look at them, they still eat like shit food. And it's like, I think social media has made us think that if you look like this, they mustn't eat good,
Yeah.
shit food. And if they do, we can like come down on them on a ton of bricks because you shouldn't be eating that.
Yeah, and I think there's something on the other side of that, which is the people who have abs and then say, oh, I just eat what I want. I just eat crap. I eat Domino's. I eat this. And you're like, okay, if you have abs, like, and you're muscly and stuff, you probably don't do what you've just said. You're probably pretending that you do that. But then if you do, it's what's inside the body, I think, that matters. It's not necessarily how the body looks, but how healthy are you? Like, motorbikes were.
Decent bikes, then.
It's more like, how healthy are you on the inside? Not just physically, have you got abs and muscle, but I mean, my thing now, I'm dead interested in like longevity and how long am I going to live? If I just eat crap all the time, am I going to live as long as if I eat relatively healthy all the time?
Because, I don't know, someone on the outside that looks like they've got loads of abs, their insides could be like luminous green.
Yeah.
And just like,
They could be on the toilet every day.
yeah, they could have, I don't know, they could be taking like laxatives every day to like make themselves really thin or whatever. They could have a
Yeah,
condition.
and you hear about girls who've got, like girls have got abs, and then sometimes they lose their menstrual cycle, and they can't have a period and stuff. They might possibly not be able to have kids, and you think like on the front cover, wow, they're so like lean and so athletic looking, and a girl might look at the girl and be like, I want to look like that, but then you don't know what's going on physically and biologically on the inside.
Yeah. I mean, Photoshop and everything else that people use for like photo shoots.
Yeah, and you see like the men who are massive, like muscly guys, but then they can't run because their heart's going 10 to a dozen
Yeah.
because they've got no cardiovascular endurance. And it's like, okay, if you can't run, what's going on inside your body?
Yeah, if you physically can't run because, say, your legs are too big, that's another issue. But if you can't run because your heart's going to explode because you're just eating shite, like that's the real problem. And I think social media makes people question what they're doing far too often.
Yeah.
So you've got like a really fit guy saying, like, don't eat veg, don't eat this, don't eat all the healthy stuff. I ate McDonald's 5 times a day and I look like this. It's like, that's bollocks. Something else is going on.
Everything's clickbait now, isn't it? Everything, people do stuff to get the views, to get the likes, to get the follows, and then people believe what they see, and that's where like some guy will say, I'm natural. I've never took steroids. And then on the comments, it's like, you've definitely took steroids. And then as an observer, you'll be looking at someone thinking, did they? Do they?
Yeah.
Is what they say true? I don't know.
No one, you'll never know. They'll never say, but it's weird what your eyes tell your brain, and you instantly associate with like steroids. You instantly associate. Well, actually, I believe what they're saying there. Yeah, they mustn't have never had chocolate in their life because they look good.
Mm,
It's like, well, then they're not showing you all their life 24/7.
yeah.
They're only showing you like 30 seconds of what they want to show you.
It's interesting. I think, especially when you think what you put in your body, like, becomes your body. Like, your cells are made up of what you eat.
Mm.
So, like, if you eat pizza every single day, you know, by the
Do
time
you get pizza cells?
what?
You just get loads of pizza
Yeah.
cells. Yeah.
You literally
You just
like
be made up of triangles.
your cells. I don't know what the word is, but there's a word for it where your cells eventually just become the food. Every 7 years or 7 months or something, your cells are brand new. Yeah, and they can only have come from food. So like, we are sitting here now, and we are all the food we've ever eaten to an extent, like in some way. So if you eat Chinese and McDonald's and stuff, that's why when you see people, they're like white, pale, you know, anemic looking, and you think, you've had no bloody vitamins. You don't eat veg. You see, I see kids, like I tutor kids, or I've worked with kids where you think, you are like deficient in some stuff, I can tell, and then you ask them about the diet. I don't eat veg. I don't like veg. I don't like fruit. And you're like, I can kind of tell that just from looking at you.
I don't understand how any fully grown adult doesn't like veg in some form. We've said it loads, but like, you're clearly just cooking veg wrong. Like,
Yeah.
don't boil
You're boiling.
Like, you're just killing it.
Yeah.
Like,
You're just boiling some broccoli, and then you're tasting it, and you're like, I mean, do you know what it is? If you taste something and you say you don't like it, and it's like a boiled piece of broccoli, first of all, you don't not like it. You just don't have any flavour.
yeah, you just
Grow
don't like
up.
how it was cooked.
Yeah. If you say you don't like veg or you don't like carrots, like, grow up.
Yeah. I don't know how many ways there are to cook an egg, but if you cracked open an egg, ate it raw, you probably wouldn't like it. So then you're just never going to eat eggs.
Yeah.
If you actually made like a nice fried egg or some really nice creamy scrambled egg that actually it's got flavour and it tastes nice, you'd be like, oh, I actually like that. Oh, so you do like egg then?
Yeah, or some people don't like scrambled egg, but they like hard boiled egg.
Yeah. So
Totally different.
you're still getting the same amount of grams of protein from that egg. You just cooked it a different way.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, if you don't like boiled broccoli, think about you sitting in a warm bath. You go all wrinkly and horrible and weird. That's basically what you're doing to the broccoli.
Yeah.
Taking all the bloody flavour out of it.
Yeah.
Just grill it, like we said.
With
grill
salt.
it, bit of salt, bit of lemon on it. Shake it around in a bowl, like amazing. Or
And
asparagus.
And eat the veg with the food. Like, I don't have a plate of carrots, but I'll have like carrots with my meal, with my potato, with my chicken, or whatever it is. But yeah, I don't know. When people say like, I don't like veg, grow up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're not a 5-year-old saying you hate peas. Like, Jesus Christ. But it's just been reinforced the whole way through your life that your mum and dad don't eat much veg, so then you're just gonna have like a beige dinner.
Yeah.
And that always happens. Then you get to 20 and you're like, oh, I don't like veg. It's like, oh, I've actually not had it in 10 years.
Yeah, that's true.
And there's no wonder you look so gaunt and white.
Because it's vitamins. Like I always say to like kids when I'm working with them and stuff. It's not that you need to like things. Sometimes you just need to do them because they're good for you. You know, like brushing your teeth. Nobody likes brushing their teeth, but you just do it because it's good for your teeth. Like eating cucumber, like eating carrots, like eating tomatoes. You might not like it, but that's going to have a lot of good things for your body in it.
It's weird because I like all them foods.
Yeah, I do. But you learn to like them, don't you?
Yeah, I really hated tomatoes as a kid. I don't know why. I can't remember now, but I just remember never eating them. Like a little plum tomato, I could never just put it in my mouth and eat it. But now I absolutely love tomatoes. Like,
Yeah.
they're one of my favourite like foods. If you not just like a plain tomato cut up, but like we've said, just put a bit of oil on it, like salt and pepper, bit of
Quality,
basil,
innit?
bit of tomato and
Bit of
basil.
flavour. And
Like,
if you get like a fresh tomato,
oh
sometimes you don't even need anything on it.
yeah, like the
You
really
you
nice red
bite
ones.
into it. And I think we've been conditioned to like sugary foods, chocolate, sweets. There's so much overwhelming flavour that when you eat like an apple, or sorry, you eat like a tomato, it's a bit bland, it's a bit juicy, it's a bit ugh. But then if you didn't have that sugary, chocolatey food and you just tasted that tomato and you really just bit into it and like thought about the taste, I think everyone would like it.
Yeah, it's got me thinking of like a nice, really rich red Spanish tomato, straight
Yeah.
off like the vine.
Straight off the vine, it's
Oh.
fresh, there's so much flavour in that. And then when you go to our shops, even them tomatoes, they've been probably picked like 4 weeks ago.
They're like pale red.
Yeah.
They're close to being like pink.
Yeah, it's not the same.
And they're hard, and yeah,
It's still good for you, but it's not fresh. You know, you want fresh stuff. That's why I said like Subway. Bin that off.
yeah. So like a Subway salad and the salad you make at home, they look exactly the same,
Mm-hmm.
but they will taste completely different.
Yeah,
They're
and
full of like loads of shit.
yeah, and the one you make at home is a lot fresher. It's probably a lot better for you. The one that Subway's made for you, you know, that there was tomatoes probably 4 months ago got picked and they've been frozen and then they've just been sat in that tray all day and
But it's because they put like so many additives on it, or like so much sauce that
oils.
it just kills all the shit flavour, and your taste buds are like, oh, this tastes amazing. But
Yeah,
it's like covered in Caesar sauce. Like, have you
think
seen how
when
many calories are in Caesar sauce?
yeah, it's huge.
It's ridiculous.
When you step out of those places, like I've not had Subway for over a year and a half or 2 years. When you step out of it and then you look at it and you look at the advert on the shop window, you just look at it and like, I'm never eating that again.
Yeah, the
You
way
know.
that I've watched food commercials like being made behind the scenes and how they do it, it's not even the food.
Yeah, it's like painted.
It's painted and
Yeah.
like grilled or like straightened or whatever. It's not even actually the food that's
Yeah.
like served.
Have you seen the McDonald's one where it's like they put like blocks down? So you know when you've got the McDonald's bun and then like the burger and the cheese and
Mhm.
everything's got a block on it. So it's all sitting perfectly higher than it should be. It makes the burger look taller. I mean, everyone knows. You see the new McDonald's Big Mac or whatever it is on the screen. It looks amazing. You go and get it flat as a pancake.
Yeah. Big
It's
big
like,
Susie sat
it's
on
like the person has just gone,
it.
oh,
Yeah.
if I hate my life, I hate my
Yeah,
job.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah, tombstone, you bloody McDonald's. And like the lettuce is pissing out the paper, and the sauce, there's like a little blob of sauce in the middle.
That's another thing. Like, I know it's a bit controversial in that, but the reason why I don't eat these places like Domino's, Subway, the people that work there are quite often not who you want making your burger. If I had to pick all these people, who would I want to make my burger? I bet the people that work there, I probably wouldn't pick them. Because normally, like, well, unless it's like you're young and it's a part-time job, I wouldn't want to be working at Mackey's, like, personally.
Yeah.
You know.
There's a complete, if you're talking about Mackey's, there's a complete gulf in terms of like 17, 18, 19
Yeah,
year olds
like
that are
your
waiting
first
out of
job
uni.
sound.
And then you've got a manager that's like 35, 40.
Yeah.
And it's a constant churn of just
Yeah, and
young
that's
people.
why, like, not everyone, some of them are really nice and some of them are managers and stuff, and I get that, but that's why when, like, you go to these places like Subway and Mackey's and stuff, the people aren't always the nicest, like, customer service and stuff. Obviously, they're not getting paid a lot for it, but then you get asked for a burger and you literally get, like, a burger that's been punched in.
But you go to a nice restaurant, or even, you know, a restaurant that's not McDonald's, and there's like some form of love put into the food, and you can actually see, even in presentation,
Yeah.
or I don't know, like ingredients, but
Like a chef has made it.
yeah, someone actually cares about it rather than just Sally that's just thrown 5 cheeseburgers on the fryer.
Yeah, they're always dead angry as well. The people
Like
that work
scratched their arse and then like sprinkled salt on your French fries. It's
there.
like,
Yeah.
cheers.
Do you know them people on the tannoys? They're like, "Hello, can I take your order?"
Yeah. It's even worse than that. It's like, hello, you alright?
Yeah.
Like, take your order.
And then
Sorry
you
about
say
your wait.
something. Yeah, you say something, and it's just like, yeah, we ran out of that.
Yeah. Can I
You
have a
know.
McFlurry? Machines, bro.
Yeah.
Can
And
I-
it's like you're not asking for the world, but
yeah.
come on.
Do you want sauce? Yeah. What sauce you got? Ketchup, barbecue. And then like,
Funny
and
as.
then you just get to the window, you just get a brown bag like
Yeah.
that, and it's like, cheers, thank you, and they just walk off.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. But then
I-
you get what you pay for, don't you?
of course, it's cheap. It's cheap
It's-
food.
Yeah. Tough one.
Right. Well, if you are still listening, then we're just going to quickly mention that we are doing a charity run event, and we're doing it on August the 31st, 2024. So next month, we're running 153 miles from Bridlington to Blackpool, and we are going to be doing it as a team relay. There's 5 of us running. It's going to be a tough challenge. We're basically going to be running fast 3-mile splits and then rotating all the way. It's about 33 miles each. We're doing it for to raise money for a charity called Empowerment, which is a mental health charity. So if you can donate, we'll put the link in the description. It'd be amazing to have our what do you call it when we've kind of put our target, when we want to get our target of 5k basically, and I think we're just under 1,000 now.
Yeah.
So if the donations can come in, or people can share it, or just at least, tell someone that that we're doing this challenge, it'd be amazing. Make sure you're liking, subscribing, following, and
See you on the next one.
see you on the next one.